This is card number 7, and it says, I attract the essence of my thoughts. You can see in the picture of the thoughts all going out, reaching out to the universe. So, I'm going to read this card to you. The law of attraction and its magnetic power reaches out into the universe and attracts other thoughts that are vibrationally like it, and brings that to you. And so you are getting the essence of what you are thinking about, whether it is something you want or something you do not want. That's the most important part of this message, is if you're thinking about what you do not want all the time, that's what you're going to attract into your life. So turn your thoughts around to what you want if you catch yourself thinking about what you do not want. That is the message. Almost have all the cards we need for the second part of your reading. So the sun is surrounding your entire reading. I think that's beautiful, the sun. It's all about fresh starts, new beginnings with lots of love and lots of joy. So things are changing because this is a fresh start, a new beginning with lots of love and joy. Now let's find out what they have to say about that. I have the Three of Pentacles up in your highest energy. It feels like you were in this position where you were butting heads with someone about how to move forward in your life, you know. The Pentacles are about security and stability, maybe commitment, and you weren't seeing eye to eye with someone about how to move forward. Well, things are changing. You are moving forward, and it is going to be filled with love and joy. So there might have been some disagreement, there might have been some kind of not seeing eye to eye, but that's not stopping you from moving forward to this beautiful place. I have the High Priestess next to the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I think what you're doing is you're just following your intuition like you should be. The moon is enlightening you. I think you're following your head, your heart, your gut, and you feel and you know what you should do for you, and I think you're just doing it. I think you're trusting yourself in moving forward. I have the Nine of Pentacles next to the High Priestess. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, it can be an earth energy like Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But the energy here, this is about being good on your own. This is like being single, being grounded and stable, being having all these pentacles. Look, you probably have your own home, your own place to live or whatever, a car. You're very grounded. You're very just self-assured. That's what I'm trying to get to. You're very self-assured. So I think that's why you are following your intuition, because you do believe and trust in yourself. And this is what's going to lead you to the sun. I have the Queen of Swords right under the Three of Pentacles and next to the sun. So the Queen of Swords is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. That might be strong in someone's chart. But your energy is speaking up, speaking out your truth, and getting the truth from whoever it is that you're speaking up now to. So this is a conversation, and it's kind of a demanding conversation, and it has to do with that Three of Pentacles. But this conversation is helping get you towards the sun, the fresh start, new beginning. I have the Five of Wands on the other side of the sun and under the Nine of Pentacles. You did kind of go back and forth. You were fighting internally with the idea of how to move forward. All those wands are fresh starts, new beginnings. So it is all about moving forward, but you were really fighting with yourself, I think because of that Three of Pentacles, on how you were going to do it. But you decide to follow your intuition and let yourself guide you towards this place that is going to be beautiful for you. So it had something to do with the Nine of Pentacles. It might have had something to do with being single and staying single or not staying single. Let me just keep reading. I have the Queen of Wands under the Queen of Swords. Now, all the kings and queens are very mature-minded, and all the cards are male or female. Okay, I just want to get that out there. The Queen of Wands, this is fire, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. There you are, holding that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. But it's also a staff of passion. This is the most passionate card in the whole tarot deck. So, I think you had a lot of passion for, you probably might have fire in your chart someplace. Some strong fire, rising or moon, Venus, one of those other signs you might. But regardless, you are a passionate person, and wherever you put your love, you put your passions. So you're passionate about moving forward, and you're going to do it. I have the Justice card next to the Queen of Wands and under the Sun. Now, the Queen of Swords is strong Libra, but can be Aquarius or Gemini. That might be strong in someone's chart here around this reading. But the Justice card is the card for Libra. So that kind of gives us 2 for Libra. That's where I was going with that. And you're staying balanced. You've got your sword hanging down in front of you for self-protection. And it's like self-justice. And this is under the Sun. So you're like, I don't think you're really paying all that much attention to whoever you're butting heads with. I think you just know what you want to do, and you're going to do it, even though you need to speak your truth, you need to get their truth. I think part of it, this tug-of-war type thing that was going through your mind, and being next to the Justice card, self-justice, is I think this other person, they only had a half a cup of love for you. There's a fish in the cup. This can be a card for Pisces, might be strong in someone's chart here. But this is a young energy. There's a fish in the cup. It's only a half a cup of love. So that's probably what you were struggling with is, how do they feel about you? And perhaps you discovered you only had a half a cup of love for them. No, you had a full cup. You had a full cup. But you need to move on. They only have a half a cup. And this is what you get to. They didn't want to commit. They didn't want anything more. Yeah, you were very disappointed over that cup. So one more card here. Oh, here we go. For Cancer, please. All right, the Ten of Swords right next to the Nine of Pentacles. So you're going to put an end to any pain, any suffering that you've been going through by seeking the truth and clarity. It's amazing what truth and clarity can do to help you know how to move forward. So all these swords put an end to all that, all the truth, all the clarity, puts an end to those stormy skies, and you become yourself again. We have the King of Cups right next to the Ten of Swords. Here's water, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, and you're Cancer, and one of those signs might be strong in someone else's chart around this reading also. But there's that full cup of love you have, and you would love to offer that to somebody because you have everything else, okay? But you're holding it close. You've pulled it back, and it looks like you are moving forward here. I have the Fool next to the King of Cups. This other person, I think, wanted to live in the Fool's energy. I think they just kind of wanted a, living moment by moment type relationship with you, bouncing along with their head in the clouds. And, you might have too, because you have the Queen of Wands, which is a very passionate card, and you might have had a lot of passion. Passion can get you into trouble if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. And the Fool doesn't pay attention. The Fool just, it's so much fun to be in the Fool's energy. But it's called the Fool because eventually you come to the edge of the cliff, and usually both people do not look forward at the same time. And I think that's exactly what happened in this relationship. I have the Five of Swords next to the Five of Wands and under the Ten of Swords. So the Five of Swords, you are going to pick up those swords of truth and clarity, obviously, with the Ten of Swords. And you're letting an energy fade off into the distance because you know the truth and you've got the clarity, okay? So this is going to help you move away from this tug-of-war that you've been having in your mind about how to move forward. You're definitely moving into a good place in your life. I have the Page of Pentacles next to the Five of Swords, and under the King of Cups, you have this pentacle. We know you have a pentacle. You'd love to be able to share it with somebody. You have a cup of love, a big cup, and you'd love to share that with somebody. But as it is, you're still hanging on to your pentacle. because you're moving forward from this relationship. You did not deal with this fool's energy for a while. You kind of let it go. I think you were kind of waiting for it to work itself out. But with the Eight of Swords, it's like you did have swords of truth and clarity all around you before you even asked and stated your truth and clarity. And maybe that's what the Queen of Swords is mostly doing, but you did have swords of truth and clarity around you were not paying attention to. You have a blindfold on, your fist is on your chin when you can take off the blindfold and look around and get a lot of truth and clarity. Well, you do. I got the Five of Swords. You eventually do. This is under the Fool's energy. And that's what happens. When you're in the Fool's energy, a lot of times you just kind of let things slide a lot. You know, things that might bother you, just let them slide because it's so much fun when you're together. I have the Five of Cups here, right under the Five of Swords. 5, 5, 5. All touching each other. Change is coming. So the Five of Cups, you're very disappointed in the love of this other person. So yeah, you're kind of low about how things turned out. I have 2 full cups though, right above this figure's head. So that's hope and love. There's still hope and love out there. Excuse me. Talking too much. I have the 4 of Cups next to the 5 of Cups, right under the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, they try to come back in. They really like the Fool's energy, you know. And they do try to come back in, but you're done. You're like, nah, you're going to move into this other place. You found out that the Fool's energy you cannot stay in. You needed to move forward. So you're moving into this place of the sun, a fresh start, a new beginning. And there's going to be a lot of love and joy out there. You are the Empress, whether you're male or female. You have beautiful qualities about you. This can go for Libra. So I guess it's 3 for Libra, by the way. Or Taurus. Might be strong in someone's chart around this reading. But when this card comes out, you know, and you were kind of ignoring, you deserve better. You definitely deserve better than living in the Fool's energy. So you are kind, you're thoughtful, you're considerate, you're respectful, you're generous, you're loving. I can go on and on. So you have so many great qualities. If you're a parent, you're a really good parent. Now, whoever you move forward with, and there's lots of love and joy coming in, just be aware and make sure. Keep your sword out, like with the Queen of Swords, and be sure that whoever you move forward with has a lot of those same qualities, or it will not work. It will be like mixing oil with water. It won't work. So they have to have a lot of those same qualities, male or female. Keep your eyes open. Don't live in the Eight of Swords. Live in the Queen of Swords. If I have to pick one of these, or the Page of Swords, which is not here, just keep your sword out and look for the truth and the clarity. So you deserve better, obviously, and you're going to get better. And you're going to do it by following your intuition. So let's take out a card from your guardian angels and spirit guides. Let's find out what message they have for you. It may or may not have to do with this reading. We will see. Let's find out. What do your guardian angels and spirit guides have for you today? For the month of April, actually. Right in there. So, we have the Helper of Abundance. I will read it to you. Although you have a lot to do, it's important that you get organized first. Once planning is complete, you can roll up your sleeves and get to work. Your guardian angels surround you and are ready to help out. This card also indicates a very loving, kind, and loyal friend. Someone with a big heart, a quick wit, and endless patience. That person could be you. Well, like I say, whoever you allow to come in with this love and this joy that you are heading towards, make sure they have a lot of the same qualities that you do, okay? That's going to be your key to success in love, okay?